Tree Appraisal, measuring the asset. So far, we've covered the philosophy of value and the legal detective work of setting your effective date. But today, we're getting physical. If you're a field arborist, you probably think you know how to measure a tree. You've done it 1,000 times. But in the world of tree appraisal, close enough is a recipe for a lawsuit. Today, we are talking about the technical precision of measuring the asset, with a specific focus on the 2022 updates that every TPAQ candidate needs to have burned into their brain. In tree appraisal, the size of the plant is the engine that drives the math. If your measurement is off, your valuation is off, sometimes by tens of thousands of dollars. Now, in 2022, a major update was published, and it focuses on the 10th edition guide regarding measurement height. Why was this necessary? Because for years, there was a confusing overlap between how we measure trees in a nursery and how we measure them in the landscape. Let's break down the caliper versus DBH distinction, because this is the fork in the road for every appraisal. If you are appraising a small tree, something that is still nursery-sized, you are measuring caliper. For the 10th edition, the rule is now very specific. If the tree is 4 inches in diameter or less, you measure the caliper at 6 inches above the soil line. If the tree is between 4 and 12 inches, you move that tape up to 12 inches above the soil line. Why does that 6-inch difference matter? Because of trunk flare. Trees aren't perfect cylinders, they're tapered. If you measure a 4-inch tree at the soil line instead of 6 inches up, you're artificially inflating the size, and therefore the price, of that tree. On the TPAQ exam, if you measure at the wrong height, your formula starts with the wrong number, and the rest of your work becomes irrelevant. But what about the big ones? The legacy trees? For those, we move to DBH diameter at breast height. Standard DBH is measured at 4.5 feet above the ground. Simple, right? Well, rarely. As consulting arborists, we deal with the problem children of the forest. What do you do if the tree is on a slope? What if it leans? What if it forks right at 4 feet? The 2022 update reinforces the 10th edition's push for consistency. If a tree forks below 4.5 feet, you aren't measuring one tree anymore. You're measuring multiple stems. You calculate the area of each stem and combine them to find the equivalent diameter. Here is the expert witness tip. Always photograph your tape measure on the tree. Appraisals have been thrown out of court because the opposing counsel asked, "How do we know you measured at 4.5 feet and not 4 feet?" If you don't have a photo showing your tape at the correct height, you're just a person with an opinion. If you have the photo, you're a person with data. Now, size isn't just about the trunk. We also have to consider the canopy. While the 10th edition leans heavily on trunk area for the cost approach, the functional value of a tree, the shade, the rainfall interception, comes from the leaves. If you are appraising a tree that has been severely topped or lion-tailed, you have to account for that loss of canopy volume, condition, and functional limitations. Measuring the size of the trunk tells you the tree's potential value, but measuring its health and structure tells you its actual value. Think of it like a car. The trunk diameter is the year, make, and model. The condition rating is the mileage and maintenance history. You wouldn't pay the same price for a 2024 truck with a blown engine as you would for one that's brand new. As an appraiser, you are the mechanic who has to look past the make and model to see the maintenance history. Let's talk about the equipment. For TPAQ, you should be comfortable with a diameter tape, a D tape, but also with calipers for those smaller nursery-sized specimens. And don't forget the soil line. The 2022 update reminds us that grade matters. If a tree has had 2 feet of fill dirt piled around its base, your 4.5-foot measurement is actually at 6.5 feet of the original trunk. This changes the diameter and, potentially, your entire assessment of the tree's health. You have to find the original soil line, the root flare, before you start your measurements. Measuring the asset is the bridge between being an arborist and being an appraiser. It requires the physical skill of the field and the mental discipline of the scientist. In our next episode, we're going to step back and look at the surroundings. We're talking about the site and the setting. We'll decode what the 10th edition really means when it talks about site and contribution, and why a tree in a park is valued differently than a tree in a parking lot. For your homework, grab a D-tape and go measure 3 trees on a slope. If you can't get the same measurement twice, keep practicing. Until next time, keep your tape level and your data clean. You've been listening to the Arborist-podcast. Our goal is to grow our collective knowledge, one domain at a time. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe to help us keep this momentum.